Hello and welcome from Sydney, Australia. My name is Michael Hamilton. I'm a software testing professional and have done so for 14 years now. Today's particular topic, which is of special interest to me and around the world today, is the use of drones. And when I say that, commercial use of drones. We have seen drones in the media lately as quite a popular article. Now, people love using them. They're quite fun. They look cool to use. They have many practical applications. You see in zoos, you see animals knocking them out of the sky when you're in the zoo, hitting the ground and so forth, and those funny things. On the other side, you've also got guys in America shooting drones down within their airspace or in their backyard. They feel it's invasion of their privacy, so now it's created a debate. We have safety, environmental and regulatory aspects of the use of drones and so forth. Now the governments now have to regulate this. We don't want to see drones polluting our airspace, especially over Sydney Harbour here. You don't want to see a heap of them flying around the place. You do want to see a natural environmental feature for tourists to see. On the other side, also, you've also got terrorist threats also for that. People might use them as explosives to fly into things if they want to. We've also got the safety aspects, so we don't want things falling out of the sky and killing people or hurting someone. So there's the other aspect also. There's companies I know of here in Newcastle in Australia who are actually manufacturing drones at the moment. They feature from around $35,000 for commercial use. They need to travel far distances sometimes and be very reliable. Last thing you want to do is buy something for that much money and watch it crash into a river and flow down river somewhere and you lose it. That's not cool. There's also other companies who are trained in it and they have test labs also. There's another company in Newcastle by the name of UAV Air. They actually offer training for the use of drones, certified training that is. And their challenges are that there's an expanding industry, there's more growth of the use of drones, so there's going to be new challenges lie ahead to make sure they work effectively. So the industry is growing, still more applications to be found with the use of drones. Now, as a software tester, personally, there needs to be heavy regulation around the use of this. Now, to get a license in America and around the world, in fact, there needs to be certain conditions, and you can't test these things in field conditions, just walk outside and do it. There needs to be regulations you have to apply to do it. So that means there's now a need to test a lot of these drones in lab confined conditions indoors. Now that means that you need to have a very good setup, very good testing capability in lab. So you want to be able to simulate different weather conditions, when one of the propellers breaks, when the thing disappears, potentially in the distance and goes out of range. There's also other frequencies like phone frequencies, radio frequencies. They interact with the actual drone and cause it to malfunction perhaps, battery dies, all sorts of things like that. Now the most important thing you need to all understand is that testing is going to drive this. It's going to be a very important part of how these things will be applied for with that. But I think the most important thing is having to simulate things in a cheap way or a cheaper way in a long term in lab conditions. So when you do go out in the field with these very limited licenses, that thing will work and you maximize the time effectively. So that's very, very important. I think moving forward also, there's also the use of drones. Maybe they need to work with telecommunications companies perhaps in the future to maybe regulate the way that this airspace they occupy. Maybe there can be regulations in place that shuts them down in particular airspaces. Now that's pretty much far off in the future, but it's just something to think about if there are terrorist threats around that. But once again, I feel like drones, and especially drones, will be driving, and testing with drones will be driving the value and what needs to happen in the future. So I think there needs to be a user, manufacturer collaboration with government in the near future to make sure that this all works effectively. I'd like to thank you for your time today. If you've got any questions on this subject, please send me an email or post something on my LinkedIn or Twitter accounts. You can access me via mikehamilton.com.au, just contact through the contact page there. Otherwise, thank you for your time today. I'd like to hear your feedback and I'll talk to you soon.